Part 6 of week 1 is Toolkit of Common Functions, where we briefly talk about the most common types of functions that we will see in this course, and also discuss their domains and ranges. The simplest functions of all of them is the constant function, the constant function naturally is defined for all real numbers, and its image is simply one number, whatever that constant is. That is the constant function. All right, the next function on the list is the identity function, f of x equals x. Of course, the domain and the image are simply the entire set of real numbers. All right, later we will talk about the absolute value function. F of x equals absolute value x. Absolute value is defined for all real numbers, and absolute value is always non-negative. So the image is r greater or equal than 0, or simply the interval from 0 to infinity, including 0. The quadratic function, f of x equals x squared, whose graph, as you know, is parabola. Of course, the domain is again the entire set of real numbers. The image, just like before, I can actually copy. The image is again the set of non-negative real numbers. All right, cubic parabola. Is the graph of the function x cubed, and this time both the domain and the image, just like for the identity function, are the set of real numbers, the entire set of real numbers. All right, next is the hyperbola, the reciprocal function. Well, we already saw it. The graph is the two branches of the hyperbola. And both the domain and the range, as we know, are the set of real numbers minus 0, which we can also write as the union of the interval negative infinity 0 and the interval 0 infinity. Next is the square root function. The square root is naturally only defined for non-negative real numbers. And likewise, the image is also the set of non-negative real numbers. Next is the cubic root function. Cubic root of x. This time again, the domain and the image is simply the entire set of real numbers. Of course, this is not an exhaustive list of functions that we will see in this course. We will later see trigonometric functions, inverse trigonometric functions, rational functions, which are all missing from this list. But I think this is a good list to get you started. I encourage you to use Desmos to graph these functions, and we will see them later.